Hey y'all, how are you tonight? Anna, Patrick, David, Benjamin, Kissel, Tennessee Ridge Runner. It's good to see all y'all. So what are y'all feeling tonight? Like overwhelmed? Happy? Oh Lord, what next? Did you have a good day? Tired? Yes. Thank you very much for the prayers, much needed. Yeah, okay. Any of you northern people, please tell me how you go out without freezing to death. Went to the store to pick up my meat today. Our high was 37. Snow boots lined, leggings. Okay, they don't have lined. Thick sweater, what Texas calls parka, but it's pretty thin with a furry hood. How do you keep your face warm? Oh, and the leather gloves. Are leather gloves bad? Y'all gotta help me out here. That's here too, Tennessee Ridge Runner. I'm freezing to death outside. Oh my goodness, Rocksteady. Here I am complaining. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all are the toughest people in the world. That's all I can say. I'm not. Goodness. No, I don't even want to think about snow. When I turned on my windshield wipers to get, because it's been rainy too, rainy and 37. And that's as high as it got. And I heard ice go crunch, crunch. And I said, this is just not right. You do what you do, that's all. Yeah, trying to stay in the house as much as I can. IT girl. Yeah. Oh no, I'm telling you, y'all are tough. But my daughter, she goes with me. Crazy thing is wearing shorts that are like overall shorts with a t-shirt. She's the one that keeps turning up the stupid heat in the house, though. And then she puts on to me, it looks like onesie pajamas that you zip up, and it's got Pikachu, something crazy on it. And she goes in the store to get my meat for me, just like that. She's fun. 21 in Missouri. Well, I can see that because I saw where the freeze thing was all the way across, like Oklahoma, Missouri, all the way over. And I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I can't shovel nothing. I can talk shit, but I can't shovel it. Eating ice cream helps. You know what? That's another thing. So I can't get my frosting anywhere in many of these stupid stores. And even when I did, I don't know if they changed the recipe, whatever. It does not taste anywhere near the same. Somebody out there probably heard that I like it and said, we're just going to change this up. And so I was like, okay, I'm getting me those grand cinnamon rolls that I was talking about last night. Nope, none. No grand cinnamon rolls. Did everybody in Texas hear me last night and go buy them up? Hey, Black Watch. I'm going to have to go through my mother's recipes and find that percolator punch recipe. I've noticed that's when I get warmer in the house, is when I eat hot foods. Dorinda, good to see you, dear. Okay, good night. Love you too, Dorinda. Kind of miss you. I'll put a link. No doom and gloom. Please. I have enough of that here. Hey, Patrick Kelly. Black Watch, be nice. We need a song, don't we? Yes, we do. What's a song that sounds like a hug? I saw this girl sing a song today and she said it feels like a hug. And I said, I've got to remember that song. Well, yeah, you know how my memory is. I've seen 100 videos since then. Thank you, T-Girl. Much appreciated. I need to go back from tomorrow night, last night, and get the links. Y'all left me. Well, y'all want to see that first? Y'all probably already saw it. A weighted blanket. Yep. I have my quilt folded up down there. I need to stick it on my bed. Now we'll do a song first. What did I save?
To the town of Alfrea rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there moaned him, had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. Easing out long, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. He's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron. Big iron. There's a stranger here among us with a big iron on his hip. Big iron. were dead. He was vicious and a killer, no youth of 24. The notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw, back alive or maybe dead. He said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Big iron. Big iron. There's a stranger here among us with a big iron on his head. Big iron on his head. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew the handsome ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red and not clear leather, 4 bullets fairly ripped. The ranger's aim was deadly with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron. Big iron. There's a stranger here among us with a big iron on his head. Big iron on his head. Oh.
Not very
Guys.
nice.
Hey, buddy. What? Thank you. So let's go. Hey, guys.
Yeah, not real warm. A shootout in Texas. Oh well. Hey, did y'all hear? Okay, I don't know. Here. Someone sent me a short of the tanks going down to the border. Maybe just tanks carrying people, but still, hopefully it's gonna stop what's coming in here, probably push them to another state. Supposedly California finished their wall, so they'll detour to whatever's in between. I think, if I'm not mistaken, since he's called it an invasion, that makes the people of Texas able to visit. I don't know. Seems like it would give the ranchers and everybody more freedoms to protect. I hope so, Rocksteady. They need to be. This seems to be the main entry point, and they're going right through here to all of y'all. Yeah, I agree. So let me see if y'all saw this last night. You probably did. There it is. Why does it keep changing me? It's just not right. Will it go to? It did. Okay, it doesn't work on the phone, but it works on here. Crazy. I have not heard from Chuck today. I just got a report on my mother about an hour ago. She didn't even know where she is, and she's in really bad pain. So I'm going to share this with y'all. Take a breather a minute. That's great. Thank you, Rocksteady. Y'all mean so much to me.
You might also know her as Nancy Drew. I know her as Kelly Brady. And she is going to be presenting some of her video captures for us, and possibly, if she would like, taking a few question and answers after she is done. So I think there's about 30 minutes of video or something like that, and we'll give you access to the mic, and we'll just have a nice time seeing these videos. So please, everybody, give a warm welcome to my friend Kelly Marie Brady.
Hey guys. I am really batshit crazy nervous right now, so just kind of work with me. I'm so used to being behind the camera, unless I do one of those really bad camera flips and you see my ugly mug. So this is interesting for me.
Should be on the HDMI.
So for those of you who don't know who I am, I have been going to Washington, D.C. almost every day for 2 years. I began right after the election in 2020. And right from the beginning, I knew that I was a very imperfect instrument of God, very imperfect. I've dropped a lot of F-bombs. I have. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, but I have done my best to keep it at a very truthful level. And I've tried to tell the story of the city with integrity. And I've done all of my videos on Facebook Live. And I started with 800 followers, or 800 friends, actually. And it just took off. People started sharing it. People were desperate and hungry for the truth. And while they were reading it on social media, I was able to give them a visual of the truth the best that I could. And when I started to do this presentation, you know, I knew that I was on a time limit here, and I really wanted to show the timeline of events because they have drained that swamp. And God has worked through beautiful humans to pull this off, and it was brilliant. They pulled off draining the swamp with people walking on the street. And most of the people walking on the street, other than Kelly Brady, didn't have a clue what was going on. I would watch buildings be raided, and people would walk right by as if nothing was going on. So I realized that with doing this presentation, there's no way I could show the whole timeline. So I actually did this 3 different times. And what I chose to do was just to go back and take some of the photos that I've taken, and I got some screenshots from some videos to show you some of the major events and just to give you the best bang out of this video, because I know this is a really, really hard time for humans. And with me being there, it's very different for me. I'm very calm, I'm at peace, I'm joyful because I see God's plan. I see God's plan playing out. And I know that this is not a psyop. I know that we are not being hoodwinked. This is a fact. And I have been very, very blessed, and I'm grateful to have been given this position because I didn't deserve it. I honestly did not deserve it. I'm shaking. But this is a testimony to any of you. God takes very, very unusual, imperfect people, and he puts them in very important places. That's all I can say, and I am proof of that. So what I want to do is, thank you. I am perfect proof of that. So I'm going to go ahead and let this video play. Yeah, I'm perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and let this play. I've lost my voice because I talk so damn much. I really do. So I'm going to go ahead and let the video play. And let's see if I can. And then I'll take some questions if you'd like. I'm sorry. There's no audio unless it's the videos that play. I'm really not good at this, so to do this was a miracle, to be honest with you. And I almost went to drinking.
What's the story? Could be.
Oops, sorry.
What storm is we have the world's greatest military people here, so I will tell you that. And we have great people. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out. Give us a hint in your
Our nation's capital, surrounded by razor wire. I stood outside of those fences many days. And actually, let me tell you too, that I did cover the Evergreen, so I've been all over. The action has not been simply in DC. So I covered the Evergreen. This is at the Naval Academy. We had Navy ships surrounding our cargo ships in the Chesapeake Bay. We had them inspecting the ships. They were not allowed to go into Baltimore Port. I've also gone down to Delaware and covered Biden's beach house, and you'll see a little bit about that. The city was just riddled with fences, walls, military. It was, we had, I mean, enormous Navy ships out in our Chesapeake Bay. Excuse me. But they did drain that swamp. This was Biden's 100-day speech. They had the entire city surrounded, marshals, police, helicopters. I stood on that corner with those police officers. They told me to stay there and be safe with them. And that's where I videoed that night. That was incredible. That's what our city looked like. That right there happens to be between the Capitol and the Supreme Court. There was a lot that went on at that Capitol. I didn't include it in my video out of respect for the children, but I did watch children being brought in on, you can't really technically call it Marine One, but they were brought in on the helicopters onto the ellipse and brought into the White House and at the Capitol. That's our Capitol fenced in. Fences went up, fences came down, fences went up, fences came down. Same with walls. They tore the city to pieces. It was from end to end, not just the government district. It was the entire city of DC. There are over 1,000 miles of tunnels in Washington, DC, under the ground. And while I had confirmation throughout my journey, it wasn't until about maybe 5 or 6 months ago until I was face to face with the tunnels. That is the Organization of American States building. If you are not familiar with that building, they handle election integrity. I watched that building get raided on a Friday night at 6 p.m. I sat out front, terrified, but watched it get raided. I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff. I've never seen so many police and military, and this was back in February. This was Biden's beach house. This was apparently when it was raided. And you'll see another picture in here where they have a U.S. Marshal with a muzzled military dog. It's one of those dogs that the military carry on their back that are muzzled. I had never seen anything like that before. I'm just used to the canines. But apparently they did raid Biden's beach house. I was there that day. God put me there that day. And they allowed me to walk around there like I owned the place, documenting it. And basically what I wanted to do was document it from a different perspective, because, you know, they're seeing it from the inside out. I'm seeing it from the outside in. So my stuff gives them a different perspective, actually, of it, to what it looked like to the public or whoever was paying attention. And I think it was like, these are the JAG attorneys at the Capitol. There were many, 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 many of those. Military at the White House. This is the Hotel Washington. This was an evil hotel. This is right across the street on 15th Street from the White House, and they did a lot of very, very bad things there. These are all Congress-related buildings. These are military cameras. That military camera sits in front of the Capitol. That particular one, they removed about a month ago. The box is still there, but they do have one military camera still around the backside where the beast of the fence is, and they do have one across the street pointing at the Capitol on Constitution Avenue. Pretty much all of the buildings have been taken by the military, and I'd go so far as to say 80% of the buildings have had construction. This is 100-day thing too. That was military. That was a piece of equipment that they use that sends out screeching sounds as crowd disruptors. They were not sure what they were going to see in that city that night. So they were prepared for anything and everything. They had Union Station surrounded by marshals. They brought in over a dozen buses of National Guard for that night. They were everywhere. I actually got locked behind the Capitol with the pop-ups. They had to let me out. They were laughing. But they have brought military in, military out, military in, and military out of that city for certain things. We had military vehicles in the street. This was in February of this year. They blamed it on the truckers. They thought the truckers were going to come in and storm the city. I, however, see that differently. They were protecting the city. They had those everywhere. And that night, it was the State of the Union address. They had military vehicles and MTA buses blocking every entrance into that city. You could not get anywhere near the government district. They even went so far as to place, you can park throughout the government district, but they went so far as to place flyers on all of the parking. You could not park anywhere after 4 o'clock that day. Well, Kelly Brady found a loophole. I always find a loophole. And I found this one little tiny parking space that did not have a flyer. And I had been there all day, and there were police surrounding that one little spot in their cars blocking the street. And I pulled in. Those are Blackhawks flying over the Potomac. I pulled into that spot, and I went to the police, and I said, "Can I park here?" And they said, well, pretty much at that point, I was pretty well known there for notorious reasons. But that's what should, thank you, and Osprey. I found that one spot, and I went to them, and I said, "I just want to video what's going on here tonight. Can I park here?" And they were like, "Well, you know there's no parking throughout the city." And I said, "But there's no notice right here." And they were like, "Well, I guess there's not." So they let me park there. And I spent the whole night videoing the chaos that took place in that city that night. And all of my videos, so Facebook, they've messed with me. That's a Blackhawk. I love those. Those are my squirrels. Those are the things that kept me sane, to be quite honest, because there were a lot of times when I felt like I could not go on. It was very emotional. And I would go down to the water, and I would watch the aircraft, and I would talk to God, and I would pull myself back together and pick my chin up and go back. But that's a really good night to go back and look. Facebook has messed with me. I've been on Facebook. That is my main battlefield, and I refuse to leave. I work on 4 different phones because that's how Facebook has me. They have me cornered. And so my information is scattered amongst Facebook, but it's there. Those are the Blackhawks that came in last October. I don't know what was taking place in that city that day, but it was enormous. And they flew over my car, scared the shit out of me, because at that point they were just my squirrels. And this day they became military. And I was in a war, and it became real to me. And they landed at the Pentagon for about 5 minutes, and they took back off. And I had an anxiety attack, a major one. And I had to leave the city. All of my stuff is on Telegram, goes back to April of 2021. So there is a timeline. My videos really are very bad. I don't have any tech skills. That was the fence that I first started shooting out of. I would stick my camera. This was in November 2020. I would stick my camera through the holes of those fences and film. That's the Secret Service building. The entire, I don't know, what is it, like 6 city blocks that surround the Ellipse and the White House was closed in for months and months until they were done bringing the kids in. That's when the fences came down. They dug the entire city up. And like I said, I had been told about the tunnels. I had looked at what I had thought were the tunnels. And it was citywide, the tunnels, and more so over in, these are sandbags that still remain in DC to this day. They surround buildings. They completely surround the IRS building, Department of Justice building. They're in the National Mall. They're on the sidewalks. They're by the metro stations. There's the Capitol in the background there. That's the IRS building, and they surround the whole building. It goes down into a grate, so you know that water had to come up pretty high. That is an embassy. They were sick and evil people, and they dug up Colorama. The embassies and the elites live in Colorama, and it is about probably 15, 20 minutes, depending on traffic, outside of the government district, and I would go over there. God sent me over there. And they totally tore apart several of the embassies, especially the British Embassy. They are still working on that one 2 years later. Department of Agriculture building, that's the South building, sandbags, that's our Capitol. Concrete barriers, fences. That is the Smithsonian. They worked at the Smithsonian. I sat outside and watched military go in there one day. That is the Federal Reserve. There are 2 buildings. That's the second one. They did the first building. I watched the construction of that, the clean out of that. It has an underground parking lot. I sat and spent some time with one of the workers there who confirmed there were tunnels behind the wooden wall. He was not allowed to see them. He did not know where they go, but he did know they were there. That is the White House. They dug up the entire White House. They dug up both fountains. They excavated the entire backyard. And that's one of the holes throughout the city. The entire city has been dug up. That is the British Embassy. They were evil. I don't know if you've researched, done a deep dig. They were evil. That is the Air and Space Museum. They dug out the entire underneath of that building. And that was my first confirmation of the tunnels. And that was, I believe, in March of 2021. Those are all black SUVs. Those are all badasses. That place was filled with those for the longest time, doing their business, taking care of business. That's the Rayburn House building. This is the FBI building, razor wire. This is the one Federal Reserve building. This is right across from the street from the Capitol. They are still working on that hole. That is right next to the White House. I noticed what they used for whatever reason was steam throughout the city. It would come up through manholes. It would come up through pipes. It was hot to the touch. I finally got up enough nerve to step into it. There were times when it smelled like a ammonia-based cleanser, and there were times when it smelled like decaying flesh. And then all of a sudden it stopped. Walls, the White House, lots of walls, even up against the house. This is the Treasury Annex building. It's right there at the White House. It's right across the street from the Treasury. Treasury is one of the only buildings that is in full force. All the other buildings pretty much empty, along with the city, British Embassy. They are still working in front of the Capitol, underground. This is the IRS building. This is what our tourists see. That's the sidewalk. That's what the tourists look at every day, if they look. The White House, that was them digging up the fountain just to put another fountain back. What was under that fountain? I haven't been able to confirm, but I have my thoughts. The holes. That is the Russell Senate building. That building, they are just finishing. This is our lovely nation's capital, and this is what it looks like right now. It has a beast of a fence around the back. They started that fence last year. It is, I did some research on it. It is cut-proof. It is climb-proof. It has doors that appear like they are extremely heavy prison doors. It has electric cables running along it. And the only time the media covered it, the two very, very brief times they covered it, they blamed that it was put up because they thought the truckers were coming in. That fence still stands to this day. The doors on this fence are incredible. I mean, they're these like, the frame of this fence, it's this big steel framed fence, and the doors, I mean, and there's like these signs hanging from them, and it's just, I just call it the beast. This is going on right now. This is the Oval Office. They're now digging there. Now that everything's gone, walls, White House. Just crazy. That's the Russell Senate building. I think I might have thrown this one in there twice. That is the beast of the fence. I know it's a really bad picture, but that is the beast of the fence. That was the remains of the structure, that crazy structure that stood in front of our White House for the longest time, that they did questionable activities on. It's normally built for inauguration for the press. However, this year, or not this year, been there so long, my goodness, in something very questionable, and you can go on YouTube and look at the video yourself. Happened there on January 23rd of 2020. It is a 24-hour span that they have sped up to maybe a 30-second video, so we are not to see exactly what they did. But the fact that they did it overnight, lit up, is interesting. You can go on and find that yourself on the live cam. It was a video from the live cam. This is the fence at the White House. That is from the very, very beginning. They dug underneath of the Capitol. That was in January, February of 2020 when the National Guard was there and the razor wiring fence was there. That is the second fence. They did have two. This was when they took the one down with the razor wire and they left that one up for a while at the Capitol. Fences, 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 fences. These are the tunnels that I had gotten a nudge to go over there. I get these nudges and I follow my nudges. They are about 10 feet tall. They are about maybe 8-10 feet wide. And that is directly across from the Capitol. And they are now working across the street at the Library of Congress. They now have a huge wall built there. And I did watch that building have questionable activity one day. I was filming at the Capitol, the megaphone guy. I finished filming. I started to walk back to my car, and I looked over, and they have, I don't even know what it's called. It's like this driveway that goes under the stairs. And I looked over. This is Biden's beach house, muzzled military dog. I put that back in, so they let me walk around there filming it that day. And that was in Delaware. I went down there and had the nudge to go and went, and it was like perfect timing. And the house is around Biden's beach house. I can tell you, I went back after this day, went down there again to actually see the house, because I could not see the house. I wasn't sure what house it was. And I went down and was able to, the Secret Service agent that was outside watching the house, there's nobody there. He let me get out and do a quick live. And the neighborhood was very empty. I didn't see trash cans. I didn't see bicycles. I didn't see cars. The house was very unkept. For a president's house, it was. I'm pretty sure something did just break, not ready, but I think something major just freaking happened, and I'm gonna keep my mouth just closed right now. But it. Play again. Holy shiznit. I'm pretty sure something did just break, not ready, but I think something major just freaking happened, and I'm gonna keep my mouth. So that particular day, I was on the other side of the city over in Colorado, right now, in Colorado, and I got the nudge. There wasn't really anything going on at the Capitol that morning, but I got the nudge to go back. And I did, and I was filming for probably about 25 minutes at that point, and I accidentally caught that, and I didn't even know I caught it. Someone else realized, and before I knew it, it was around social media, and I was like, wait, what? And then they took and removed layers. I had seen what I believe to be Trump there twice already, but that was confirmation. They were saying, clear the avenue. Trump and Kennedy are leaving the building. Clearing the avenue means they're going to clear the avenue all the way from the Capitol down to the White House. So the motorcade can get. This is a very interesting day. There were all different branches of military in their dress uniform, removing all of these beautiful flags from the back in the morning. In the afternoon, I went around front and caught this beautiful ceremony taking place in front of the Oval Office. It was a flag ceremony. It was the most majestic thing. And about 5 minutes after filming it,
Convention of States. And what's interesting is I counted 38 flags. Now, obviously, I can't tell by any of the videos what the flags actually are, if they're state flags or military flags, or I don't know. I mean, state flags make sense, I guess. I've never seen anything like this, but Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution gives state power to call a convention of states to propose amendments. It takes 34 states to call the convention and 38 to ratify any amendments that are proposed. I'm officially shitting myself.
So what had happened after that, about 5 minutes into the video, they shut down Lafayette Square and made us move back. So we were not even allowed to be up at the White House fence at the time. After that, this was where's Ezra? This was their food strike. This girl was in the wheelchair playing this like food thing at the Capitol, and then she gets up and walks around. I have that on. Oh, this is pretty much for my like followers. These are just funny moments that I kind of throw in here to kind of lighten the mood. Oh my, that was National Guard training day. They brought in Blackhawks, and they did training right in front of the DC Army. DC has their own armory. They put on a show for us. They never do this. We also got to circle back around one day, live. This were the truckers. This was for fallen police. That was me getting ready for the city that morning. This was an honor flight for the veterans that I was able to capture. And that was an absolutely beautiful moment. This was me when they had I had to represent, hung my flags. This was the Jill tree. If any of you follow me, remember the video of the Jill tree. I love my Secret Service. After I was arrested, they became my guardians. They watch over me throughout that city. All of the different agencies now watch over me. It looks like he's peeing. I just call it that. I had to throw that in there because that was like one of the favorite pictures a long time ago. That fence after fence after fence after fence. This was in the very beginning. And that was President's Day. I needed to represent him. Okay, this is great. Here we go, guys. This is the White House Visitor Center. It is right across the street from the White House. That's the 15th Street gate right there. Hey guys. And we're gonna wait a second, okay? We'll give a minute for some people to come on here. And we're gonna take a little walk. It's obviously White House gate. Monument. Big penis. You know, I will tell you this. Hey, Chris. You know, I know there's been a lot of talk over this whole time about how some of these buildings are going to come down. And, you know, I'm not quite sure about this one here. To be honest with you, this one may come down. This one may come down. They have yet to work on this building this whole 2 years. You know, we've seen scaffolding around, you know, 90% of the buildings. And work being done to them. This has never shown anything, so, and it's in desperate need of repairs. So, will it come down? I don't know. If you haven't researched the monument, I suggest you do. But I personally, I know everybody thinks, you know, the White House, I personally do not see that happening. But, you know, I could be wrong. I don't know everything, so. All right, let's give it one more second. We're going to take a little walk. Basically, you know, it's quiet over at the White House. Interesting how, you know, they have these meetings scheduled for this afternoon with Jordan, but they've got White House tours going on. Maybe they'll end by the time. I don't know. We're going to find out. And you know, the Capitol, they moved the mobile command unit around the east side. It was around the west side earlier this morning when we were back there. So I'll keep my eye on that place today. And then what they're doing in the, you know, the National Mall for the thing. So we'll just scoot around. All right, let's go ahead and now we have to come to the agreement that we're all going to act like civilized adults before we enter this building. Is that understood? We are not going to laugh obnoxiously out loud. We are not going to annoy the security guards, and we're not going to pee ourselves. Is that understood? Are we all in agreement? Let's go. I've been waiting for this for a slow day. Okay? Y'all think I forgot you. Now, put your lead vest on. Are we ready? You want to face up or down? Here we go. Hello.
We went on a field trip together.
wrap me up in this big roll of plastic and carry me out of here. They don't know what I was filming. Hi, how are you, honey? Here you guys go. I don't want this stuff. No, that can stay there. That's okay. They're used to going through this.
That's why I'm not allowed back in there.
Is these your items? It's not. Okay, one second. That's not my belt. That's my phone. Those are my people. But I have a paper somewhere. Or bag. Yeah. Somebody will need their belt though. And they've done that. All right. Everybody's like enemies and like he's like, where the fuck is Sleepy?
As you can see, there's no end date to Donald J. Trump.
Are you ready? Shh. You get me in trouble and I'm gonna block every single one of you, okay? Da-da-da-da-da. Motherfucking technology.
That's how I roll in DC. I kind of felt a little bad for him, you know. The guys next to me were like, what the fuck? They really were.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. Before I get arrested. You know that's the only way he's ever going to get up on that wall, right? You know. Oh my gosh. Wait, let me get out of here before. This is where they'll catch me at the doors. Ooh. So, guys, how's your Friday? Oh, dear God. I leave my lighters out here. So,
That laugh of mine, I've had it since I was like 5.
okay, so Joe Biden is still not on the freaking wall at the visitor center. It has been a year and a half. It's been a year and a half, almost a year and a half. And
He is still not on the president's wall. And there is still no ending date for Trump.
Right? So
That should have been done immediately.
I hope that helped everybody. I know y'all are kind of dragging and, you know, and I am too sometimes, but it's not going to help us. It's not going to help us. You know, so hopefully that little experience right there just kind of, you know, gave you a little bit of comfort that, you know,
no, he's not on the wall. This is the White House Visitor Center, the White House's Visitor Center. And he is not on the wall, okay? And as you see, Daddy T is still there, and his president ending date, it's not there. It's not there. So, what I needed to warn you guys to go potty before we did that. Oh, no, you don't. Are you kidding? I went potty first. I knew what was coming. I knew I'd sit there and have a trickle down my freaking leg. I'd be crying down my legs. So let me tell you what. I made sure I went potty first.
I told you I was
the one that
perfect.
missed my ass. You would go pee your
I warned
pants,
you.
please. So, all right. Well, that was like the best shit ever. All right. Now I think I'm going to probably have to get out of here for the day. With the
That
security
is how
guards
empty
over
DC is. You see the streets? It's empty.
All right, guys. I love you.
And that is
I
the
am
Avenue,
probably
Pennsylvania
going to
Avenue.
stay today.
The Avenue.
I can go over and visit my good friend Gum and hang out and have lunch with her and just keep my eye on things. I'll go past the Capitol again first. So I love you guys. I'll see ya.
And that is it for that shit show. Thank you. Yeah. Wait. Sorry.
Question and answer will be less of a shit show if
So
people
while they're
ask
doing that really
on a
quickly, let me
microphone.
tell you that for the past few months, ever since the fences came down at the Supreme Court, the city's been very, very empty. The only two events in the past few months, I basically drive there I live an hour and 15 minutes from the city. I do not live there. It's 2.5 hour travel every day, not including the time I spend there. The only two events that I have seen take place, one is the annual bankers meeting that they have every year, except this year they decided they were going to close off about 5 city blocks in DC for this meeting. And they had every police officer and agency surrounding that bankers meeting. They even closed off the entire 17th Street, and it was closed off for hours. It created an enormous amount of traffic throughout the city. It was horrific. And then the last event was about 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you follow Q, but Q did tell us they would save Israel for last, and they brought Israel in. They had Israel trapped in the hotels that I showed you. They were surrounded by concrete barriers, dump trucks, U.S. Marshals, police. The entire building was surrounded, and they handled their business. So Israel was there. Friday, I was going nuts when I was here. I looked on the live cam really quickly. They did pull National Guard buses. I do watch the National Guard as well every day. They pulled the buses right up to the front door and unloaded. The only thing is I can't see around the south side where they park the buses, so I don't know if they're there. So when I get back tomorrow morning, first thing I'll do is go back to the city, kind of see where the city's at. Because that's what they'll do. They'll probably bring in the military. It's just my opinion. They'll probably bring in the military to protect the buildings.
John Moore has a question.
Hi, John.
Two quick ones. Where was the Jill tree?
The Jill tree was on Q and 17th Street. And let me tell you, that was one day that I should have gone potty before I went, because I didn't know what to expect. I hadn't been over in that part of the city, right? And actually we added the Jill with the sombrero on the top, but you'll have to go back and watch that video because it is hilarious. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. It's just, and Biden, he had his face on the tree like in one place, and it was just Jill everywhere. We were just like dying laughing. I should have gone potty.
And what are your hopes and expectations for public disclosure of all of this?
Well, my opinion is that this election was solely for optics, because now we not only have all the patriots that have been following this movement, we now have Democrats, we now have people that have been on the fence, we now have Republicans that don't have any clue. They're all eyes on this election. And I personally believe that it was for optics only. They're showing what a shit show our elections are, what a shit show our country is, and they're going to usher in the military that way. That is just my opinion.
Connie Duffett has a question.
I missed part of what you were saying. It was so important. And something about after I saw the children come.
Yes.
Can you repeat that or elaborate on that, please?
Sure. So they brought in dozens of children. May of 2021, before the fences came down from around the ellipse. They had that entire, so I don't know if you're familiar with the White House area, but it's in this huge, probably about 5-6 city blocks, and the ellipse behind it, they would land the helicopters in the ellipses, and you would have military surrounding the area, and the helicopters were pulled right up to the tree line, and I would sit there and video live and watch children coming off of the.
Okay, I didn't want to hear that part. I put the link if anybody wants to watch the end of it. I agree, Anna. Ugh. Some crazy stuff. It was getting good. Sorry, Joseph. Grab the link. You're welcome. Hopefully it doesn't get me taken down. If it does, you'll see me somewhere else. But I know Deanna showed it yesterday. Of course, she was talking all through it. And I was like, I can't hear. I want to hear it. So I finally found it. Y'all kept dropping the links last night, but it wasn't going to, it wouldn't let me go to Nancy. And so then today I got the link and it went right to her on the laptop. It just wouldn't do it on my phone. Sorry. Yeah, no way Dee was talking all the way through. um, Black Eyed Peas reminded me of this song a while ago. Oh, that's too depressing too. We need something lively. It dropped the link again. Hope Chuck's okay. I haven't heard from him today. I know he's gets a little freaked out, is understandably so. When it's one of our children, we tend, any family. So worried about my mama right now, but she wants to go home so bad. I need some good old. Oh, what? Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably do that.
You're a real tough cookie with a long history of breaking little hearts like the one in me. That's okay, let's see how you do it. Put up your dukes and let's get down to it. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. You come on with it, come on, you don't fight fair. Well, that's okay. See if I can knock me down. It's all in vain. I get right back on my feet again. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Well, you're a real tough cookie with a long history of breaking little hearts like the one in me. Before I put another notch in my lipstick case, you better make sure you put me in my place. Hit me with your best shot. Come on, hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
And she giggled. You never could take who very seriously. Kim. Oh, is Benjamin going to bed too? Night, Benjamin? No. Kino's going to bed. Kino, are you going to bed? Animate, that's not true. What was the deal with that penguin guy? Pretty much Kim. I think he was maybe a plant. that what you call it? I don't know. Never really did get. I watched Penguin a couple of times. Once I saw what he was doing, I was like, no, Nancy Drew, she's right up there in it. She was seeing everything. The pictures that I saved, she was seeing everything, even behind the fences that she wasn't supposed to see. Probably why she got arrested. You know, you can hang around as long as you like. I should be crocheting. That's what I need. Oh, I got a bag full of scarves. I need to find them. This packing and sticking stuff, because I thought I'd be out of here before winter. Excuse me. Hey, Carol. How are you? Excuse me. Okay, you people up north, do your lungs freeze too when you go outside in that crazy cold? That's what it felt like. I was like, wow, I should have my face covered. I do want to start crocheting again. When I can get an area set up. My daughter kind of took over my dining room table. And get my desk set back up, maybe. I'll show y'all Plarn. Yeah, Carol, it's 37 here. That's the highest it got today. And raining. You do knitting. My mom did knitting, and I might have to dig into her needles and see if I can attempt it. I think my grandmother did too. I imagine that would be easier on the hands because they're bigger needles and you don't have to. It just seems like it'd be easier on your hands. "62 cold." There's Chuck. Chuck, you want to come up, Chuck? Just been showing stuff I probably shouldn't and talking to chat. And oh, there you are. How'd you do that? Hey.
What are you doing?
I was just goofing off with everybody. What are you up to?
Nothing. Sitting here idle, jerking around, talking to my son-in-law on the phone for like 2 hours. I went to hang up the towel rack in the bathroom back here and ended up the kit they give. They got the little thing you fasten to the wall, and then you fasten the towel rack little sconces, I guess you call it, to hang on the clips and you tighten on. Mm-hmm. The damn clips in the pack were two different things. Where you mount to the wall, and one's too wide, and you can't attach the other, so I'm gonna have to modify it.
Yes, that's been so many things that I bought couldn't be put together because of not having the right parts or something.
Here, it comes with this little plate. it's got a lip at the top and a lip at the bottom, and the two screws that hold it on the wall. Then you hang the towel rack parts from those, and you got a little set screw in the bottom that holds them on there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Well, the two little plates you bolt to the wall, they're different. One fits in the thing, and the other one's completely different shapes. I'm like, yeah, somebody was earning their $3.35 an hour or whatever it was when they put this together. People want $15, $20 an hour, but they can't do work for it. Hey, Echo.
Right.
Like Vicky talking about some of them she works with. I showed up to work. You owe me my pay.
Yeah, it's amazing the attitude of some.
Thanks for the channel, Love Kino. I seen a recipe. I don't remember if I saved it or sent it to you or what, but the thought of D-Dog when I seen it, somebody making these hamburger patties, putting them on a piece of dough, hamburger patty, cheese, then they put sauteed onions, another hamburger patty, then cheese on top, then they put dough over the top, then they cut it in a square and they mark it around it and they put, I forget what seasoning on top. It looked like a damn Pop-Tart, meat Pop-Tart.
Huh. Hey, David.
Hey, David.
So,
How you doing?
tired as always.
Hey, Kim, good to see you.
It's
Growing
the
my beard
cold.
out like Chuck's.
Awesome. It's the cold. It's freezing our brains.
Yeah. I guess what's wrong with me right now.
He had a sock cap on yesterday. He sent me a picture, and it looked like a lumberjack.
I told my daughter, I said, please see if they have any kind of a beanie. I'd like the one with the braids down the front, but whatever, just something to warm my head. But they didn't have any. I said,
Me and Vicky got Harley sock caps like that. But they don't have the things where you tie them, but hers is purple, it's gray looking, and says Harley Davidson on it. And it's got a little pom-pom thing on top. I got one that's like orange and black. It says Harley Davidson on the side of it. And I don't know where it went. And I paid like $50 a piece for them damn things.
You got a pom-pom on yours, Chuck?
Oh, hell no. If it did, it would cut off.
yeah, I'd rather not have a pom-pom.
Oh, my God.
I got one around here somebody gave me, but I wouldn't wear it out in public because it's got a big old rebel flag stitched on it, and it probably would cause all kind of shit. My mouth would make it worse.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I will.
I think it's kind of time to start. It's like people are just getting crazy.
Yeah. Tiring.
My son-in-law is telling me about their escape place. His mom, and it's for him, his brother, and one of his brothers died a couple of years ago, but it's him and his brother and his mom and her husband. It's her husband's property. His mom just passed, and it's like 80 acres out in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana.
Oh my
He
goodness.
said, you drive down in the middle where there ain't nobody around, then you go down this road that ain't nobody around. He said the whole town is like population 3. He said when you get out in the middle of that nowhere place, he said there's a road that cuts off, and he said you follow that about 8 miles down a dirt road. And he goes, you wonder if you ought to be down there, and even if you're in a truck, he said just when you're about to get to the end of it, you got to look for. You see a weird looking thing in the ditch, and it's a thicket you drive through, and it comes into an opening about 100 feet back. And he said there's a house that's been back there for about 100 years.
Was there a burning cross?
I didn't know it, but his mom big knowledge of prepping and all that stuff like we are. And
Awesome. Wow. Rabbits.
Hey, Rabbit. Hey, Cindy.
Getting away, just in case.
Yeah, Dave, your beard exploded out quick. Looked like G.I. Joe or something when you. Yours filled in. Mine does, but so much damn white in it. When mine fills in, it looks like bald spots, but it's just white.
Chuck, I dyed mine.
You did?
Yes. My beard would be gray like yours almost.
You did not buy it.
You know
Yeah,
how
I did. Yeah, I did.
you know how you can see the black streaks in the bottom of my beard, like coming off each side of that soul patch part. There's got two black lines that run my. Them black lines don't show up when I'm looking in the mirror. It just looks gray and white. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe it's slobber marks or something.
Mine.
Slobber.
Oh my god.
It's
So
cheese
true.
steak.
Oh, Lord. Man. No, I use that just for men. I'm 50 now. I'm old, so I gotta keep it dyed.
Oh my goodness.
Couple years ago, my daughter had some makeup, Halloween makeup, hairspray stuff that dyed your beard and your hair.
Oh yeah.
I sprayed it all in my hair and my beard, and it was like jet black. I looked in the mirror. I scared myself. I looked like a damn pedophile.
You like Ed? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I really though. I looked like the last house on the left. Some of them folks take people back there and make hamburger out of them or something.
Because Ed's got jet black hair and his beard's black too. Oh my god. Whatever happened to old Ed? I ain't seen him in forever.
He popped in here a while back. Rabbit could probably tell you.
I don't see anybody no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. I got a lot of subscribers, but I don't do nothing.
That's what you used to tell me. You go see the singing folks, and next thing you know, bam.
Yeah, Bonnie needed to join the karaoke Filipino clubs.
Is that the same ones that Craig went to or whatever? He used to go have.
I don't know. I just found these. I just went on them and found them. They promote your channel even though you're not on it. I mean, it's awesome. So yeah.
I told Vicky a while back. Dimebag Daryl.
Chuck, sound like you were out of a fishbowl a second ago.
Probably because of the way I'm turning my head, the mic's off to the side.
Yeah, every so often.
All I heard was Vicky.
So I told Vicky I was going to dye a while back, dye the sides black, then have that red streak like Dimebag Daryl down the middle.
Oh yeah.
No. No. I have seen some amazing beards through here, like Chuck's and Bushcraft. That's Ed. Speak of the devil.
Hey, there he is.
Hi, Ed. And who else? Oh my goodness, there's so many pretty beards, and
I'm getting there.
Well, it just, I like seeing them where they look like they're well cared for, because my ex-husband, his is just kinky, big, huge, catches everything. I don't know.
Like you French fries and a half a piece of beef.
I was totally against beards until I got on YouTube.
God.
Yeah, he bought a couple of them. Tell me about these big hog trap things that his stepdad bought, and he's got them out there. He had a bunch of hog problems at first, and he's like, Well, he goes, if I keep salt licking corn around, he goes, if you have to, things get bad. He goes, because them traps, when they drop, they got a top on them. He goes, I could drop them down on deer.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm on.
And I will, Kim. Thank you. And good night. You have a happy Thanksgiving. Is Thanksgiving this week?
Yep, 24th.
Next Thursday.
Well,
It's Thursday.
I don't even know if we're gonna have one now. I mean, we'll just be thankful together, the 5 of us, but
I'm gonna make 2 turkeys and a big thing of dressing. People show up, it'll be here. People show up, I don't, y'all or whatever, if they want to show up, it'll be here. But I got a freezer if it don't.
Yeah. Yep. I'm smoking a brisket and 2 turkeys, and making a big old stuffing, and I'm making homemade rolls. We're all going to my mom's this year, eating over there.
I would go see my mom this year, but I'd have to dig a hole first.
Oh yeah.
Chuck.
I know.
That was kind of bad, Chuck.
I don't think the folks at Graveyard appreciate that.
No.
Maybe I'll get my grand cinnamon rolls before Thanksgiving.
Did you ever try that
Hey,
thing about getting them grand cinnamon rolls and cut them in quarters and then pouring you whatever kind of pie filling you like over the top of them?
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna do, and they didn't have any.
Dang.
So none in my area, but
Now you gotta make some from scratch.
I had to go to Brookshire. Somebody told me Dollar Store has them, but they're small. The small ones, I said, I guess you get 2 packs of them and do it.
yeah, I don't like the Pillsbury. Grands are amazing. When they came out with those, Pillsbury just went to the wayside. Hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. There you go. Thanks.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I was just being stupid.
That Nancy Drew video was pretty interesting, Bonnie. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. Hope it's okay.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
This damn cat, I asked him if he wants candy. He runs over and gets up on this table where he knows I'll give him a treat.
Okay, David, send me the recipe for homemade cinnamon rolls.
You want me to?
I'm telling you, I am craving something sweet. I can't find when my frosting's pooped now. I don't know
They're
what
easy to make, Bonnie. They're easy to make.
I bet they are.
I'll send you a recipe on Messenger.
Okay.
I know, Bonnie, some people you can take canned biscuits and lay them out, mash them where they're touching together. And then get them all, the whole thing, and make you a square of it and roll it out. And then butter, sugar, and cinnamon, put it on that inside and roll it up and then cut it in things and it'll make cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, you can do that too.
And all you got to do for icing is powdered sugar and water, cook it down.
Yeah. I should have told her to just get me some cans of, hey, Andy, some of the cheap biscuits. I get those and I put butter, sugar, and cinnamon in a pot and then break up those cheapo biscuits in it and then pour it in a pan and make monkey bread.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's so good, too.
Yeah, you could do that like that. Or you could take your sugar, too, and if you want, take some sugar and butter and water and cook it slowly till that sugar breaks down and it'll turn into caramel.
Oh, yeah. Or you get that, what's that, is it evaporated milk? You use that, set it in the hot, boil it not boil it, but put it on low temp.
Yeah, just simmer it around for about 45 minutes and it'll turn into
It
a
turns
can of
caramel.
caramel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that what you make?
Yeah, the stuff, not the stuff you put in mashed potatoes, but the stuff you add to like cake or whatever, the
Yeah.
sweet stuff.
Yeah, the sweet.
Yeah.
Simmer it in like submerge it about half to 3/4 in a pan of water and just let it simmer for about a half hour, 45
Right.
minutes.
And that's how you make caramel.
Yep.
Yep.
Look it up to be the exact time, but I made it a while back. I made some of that 2-ingredient fudge and then took a can of that and poured it over the top of it and had it just running all over it.
Oh yeah.
Nothing
It comes
gooey,
out really good.
that was messy though too. It's like gooey fudge and runny caramel.
Yep.
You had to eat to get it out with a spoon.
That's even better. That's even better.
Yeah. It's really sad. We can't even afford to make goodie bags for Christmas this year.
Goodie bag this year going to be, hey, make you a turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I know there'll be a turkey because my daughter's getting one from work, but I mean, there's no potatoes. I got one onion.
Make some onion rings.
I got half a stick of butter. It's like, good Lord.
Oh my God, Bonnie.
Well, yeah, ain't nothing going on in your mama's over. Go raid the cabinet.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? It is a million cans of soup. I have never seen.
Sound like my mom.
That's all she eats.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that movie, Nim's Island. The lady was just living off of soup. Wasn't Rescue doing that too?
Yeah,
For a while?
chicken noodle.
I don't understand it. That soup is that don't do nothing for me. I'd be hungry an hour later. What? Hmm.
Hey, Indy.
Well, I guess you'd call it prepping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Mama
know
was bad about it. Everything Mama had was in the freezer, and it was little freezer meals. And
Yeah.
Yes, she's got those too. Her favorite is the jalapeno macaroni and cheese. And but I've noticed that with elderly people that they will stockpile. They're so afraid they're going to run out of something and know that they can't get to a store to get it. And so that's why they do it, I think.
Yeah.
hey, kiss off. Hope you're doing good, girl.
But they don't rotate it. And so that's, we used to go over and go through and whatever was really expired, we tin it or we'd get rid of it for them.
Hey, I got a question.
But
I put a. How long does freezer food last? I mean, like a turkey or chicken or.
It should be a year or two on them turkeys, but I don't think
really,
froze they'll hurt.
Cause I got one in there from last year. That's from
It
this
should
time.
be fine. Take it out. Tell you what to do. Take it out. Good thing to do. You ever brine anything?
Yes.
yes.
Take it out in 5-gallon bucket, brine it, and that way you can either smoke it or
Right. That's what I plan on doing. Smoking it. Yeah.
just brine it first.
Yeah. Yep. I just didn't know.
Somebody told me if you brine them, then freeze a lot of that stuff too. If you can buy them fresh and then brine them, then freeze them, that they'll last forever.
Right.
It's kind of like freezing pickles, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess pickles won't go bad anyway. You ain't got to fry them.
Kiss off. Stop it. Making cookies.
He's all right feeling. He felt crappy this morning, kiss off, but they probably let him out. I had him called. They're gonna trying to get him situated with where he can go get those. I can't keep that word in my mind. I guess I'm forcing myself not to remember it, but anyway, his treatments he's got to go do for his kidneys. They want to have all that set up. They're waiting on us first. They want to know what they got to do first when the biopsy comes in, because they did a biopsy on his kidney to see what condition they're in.
And they haven't found out anything yet?
Then, They said it could take up to a week.
That's scary, man. Scary.
Yes, kiss off. I do have some chocolate chip cookies in there that my granddaughter left. I hate to take my baby granddaughter's chocolate chip cookies.
You got to do what you got to do, Bonnie.
Shit, I don't even know if anything's open late at night. I think everything around here closes at 11.
Yep, same here, Chuck. Yep.
You say cookies, first thing popped in my mind, some damn fresh, even the ones in a pouch, Tall House.
Oh, yeah.
I'd settle for Pillsbury or whatever.
Taco Bell's open.
Yeah. I don't think they got cookies. Some of them have cookies in them restaurants like that.
No, they got those caramel empanadas. They're like a...
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Those are good.
That's what I put in that cinnamon roll strudel thing you made where you cut them up. I got caramel apple pie filling and poured over it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like apple anything.
Hello, Vicky, everybody.
Thank
I didn't
you.
say
Absolutely.
I think the only thing open, Whataburger might. I think Whataburger has a cookie thing out, but you can't only go through the drive-through this late. So.
Yeah, they do. I think, they do got something like that there, I believe.
If I go there, I just get their pies. I like the little apple pie.
I could probably eat 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah.
Closest Sonic to me is not 24 hours. I don't even know if the Whataburgers are anymore.
Yeah, they are. The one here is anyway.
Yeah, they are here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know for a while they weren't. I guess because of the...
Yeah.
Hell, the one in Marshall, when I was out here, even then right in the middle of the worst part of it, they're like, you ain't got to wear that mask. Y'all take that shit off. You're making our customers nervous. They're telling people that walking in.
Oh, man.
The manager up there was telling her workers, too, if you get so scared of coming in here, you're going to catch a cold. Maybe I need to get somebody else in here and ain't afraid of dying. If you worry about dying, then you better not even leave your house because anything can happen. And I was like, wow. I laughed, but I said, it's true.
Yeah.
That old lady was like, she was straight up.
Yes, Victor, that sounds good. You know what I do?
Yes.
I think I do have all the stuff to make that.
Those are easy to make.
I think it got left here.
Pineapple cake.
Yeah, upside down.
Hell, you can use a white cake mix, yellow cake mix, make a cake from scratch. All you got to really have out of all that is just pineapple, and it could be chunks, circles, or whatever. You can cut it up.
Brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make your slop, and put your cake in there, and it'll settle to the bottom, and flip it over. Don't do like me and got skimpy one time, and I had to put it in the freezer and then drop it before it was released.
Well, job.
Didn't have to leave it in there long, just long enough for that stuff where it popped loose from the bottom.
Chuck, you were literally making an upside down cake, weren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how you make it upside down. When you
Yep.
flip it. And Ed, the island's really sounding better and better. I don't care if it's haunted.
Hey, Gigi.
Gigi?
And why does everybody just pop in mine and yours for a second anymore? It's like, what we do?
Oh, God. What'd we do?
Must have shit breath and they can smell it over the internet.
I brushed. Nothing like good old coffee breath, though, huh?
Yeah. I'm kind of in a weird mood. I've been drinking a lot less tea, and when I drink it, I got a lot less sugar in it. So it's like,
yeah.
And Vicky talking about quitting. She's smoking less, and I'm smoking less. I told her once I see her really dedicated, and I'm just going to put them down.
Right. Right.
Oh, goodness. Okay, Chuck, I don't want to see you on the internet for a week. Because I know how I would be.
I'm gonna have to stay.
You're going to have to what?
He had his mask over his face.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna have to stay into them vegetables that Dee sent me.
Chuck, just because your icon's got a mask on, doesn't mean you got to talk like that.
I'm just watching how loud I'm saying it.
What
Oh. With the out of it, they're rolling leaves, dead leaves, whatever we can find.
I'm so lazy now. I bought me a electric, a battery operated guitar winder string.
Are you kidding me?
I don't like winding the keys to put strings on now, so I got this.
Okay, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the machine heads can be funny when you're trying to turn it. That's a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, you can break your string a lot quicker too, putting them on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say, my luck, I'd break the string real quick.
Yeah, that don't feel good when you get popped in the face with one.
Yeah, it brings a whole new meaning getting the G string in the face, huh?
Yep. Done that a few times. Oh, not personally myself. Guitar string anyway.
I'll protect y'all from the ghost.
Bonnie, where's your vanilla frosting that time? You got any?
No, that's what I said. They started making it. They changed it. Somebody heard me on YouTube and they said, "Oh, haha, we'll make her stop eating that frosting. It tastes like poop now." I don't know what they did.
I got a question for you guys. But lately, I noticed the flour even I'm using to cook with, it's got like a weird ass taste. The flour now, it's when I make stuff like out of flour, it's got a weird taste to it.
Okay. See? Okay, we got to quit buying anything from the stores. I wonder if canned stuff is the
I
same.
got crickets in it.
It might be cricket flour biscuits.
Yeah. Something's different about it. I don't know what it is. Weird.
Lawsuits request and recounts of votes for government.
Hey, Andy.
Yay, kiss off. No, we don't want a nuclear waste one either.
We want a mushroom.
And not a midget's one or whatever you said, mutants or. No.
That's cool, kiss all.
Kiss margaritas.
They're probably putting the crap coming over the border and all that stuff.
I had something yesterday. I've been telling you I've been wanting to get a sub from one of the sub places, Jersey Mike's Firehouse or whatever.
Yep.
I went to Jersey Mike's yesterday and get in there and they're out of bread. I'm like looking around. He goes, "We can make the minis or we got wraps." I got to looking and like Oh hell, they got a Philly cheesesteak with portobello mushrooms up there. I said, make me a Philly cheesesteak with portobello mushroom wrap and put lots of mushrooms, and that shit was awesome.
Oh, really?
Oh hell yeah, it looked like a Philly cheesesteak burrito, and it was probably 2.5 inches or so big around. It's
Damn.
a foot long. It's like
Wow.
if you got a Jersey Mike's, try that.
I don't have one. Wish we did.
Yeah, we don't either.
I was in Longview. That's where I found it.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now, guys. I've been taking notice of all this.
Yeah, I was seeing it. I'm trying to show you all something somebody wrote. I couldn't find it yesterday. It's talking about all these hand counts that talking about Texas did 8 or 9 million that night. Florida did 8 or 9 million that night. The lottery can sell 100 million tickets and have the results and know who the winner is that night.
Exactly.
All these other things can count everything and what's the name of that show where people dance or sing or whatever, and they can count them winners up in an hour.
Yep.
But you put anything in the hands of a Democrat, it could be 5 people, and it'd take them a month to count up the votes.
So is Bobert good? Whatever her name is.
I think she got in, didn't she?
Yeah, but is she good?
I think so. Never know about them before I seen she is.
Right. It's like, who is? We thought MTG was so great, and nope. Changed my mind on that one real quick.
Who?
MTG, Marjorie.
Oh. I don't know if she's bad or she just got put bad.
Well, that's it. If they can get put bad, what good are they?
Put bad is meaning they're framing her with shit or something.
Right.
I don't really know.
So then what use are they if they can't do what's right?
I like the fact she's calling a lot of them out. Jim Jordan the same way, but a lot of people say you never can tell really, and I'm like, well, people sticking their head out there good ways, well, at least you got hope with them. But pretty much, especially
Yeah.
when you look at it, and they put fences around it and curbs around it, and drones flying over it, and helicopters in the air over it. And if you got to guard something like that, then it's either they had billions of dollars in there that they were counting, or they're trying to do something or have something go on that they didn't want nobody to get into.
Oh, that is just ridiculous. The whole we aren't even talking 24 yet. We're just not even mentioning it. It cannot happen until we see truth. 24 doesn't even matter. And he never said, did he actually say it? I never heard him actually say it.
Say what?
That he was running for 24. It was assumed.
I heard something talking about it. I didn't look. I don't got a whole lot of hope in what he says either.
It was just assumed. Y'all want another song?
Woman makes an ass out of you and me, huh?
Yeah. Rabbits is losing his chip right now.
Yeah, Fetterman. I just don't understand that. Like,
No, you can still talk.
The beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. Charleston was once the rage.
That's what I'm doing too.
The many skirts on the current thing. The pretty bubble is hanging. The beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. The grocery store's a supermarket. A little girl still break their hearts. And men keep on marching off to war. Let me play that beat that baseball score. The beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. Grandma's sitting chairs and reminisce. Boys keep chasing girls together. The cars keep going faster all the time. Monster cries, everybody having heart attack. The beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. Beat goes on. The 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 beat goes on.
you know what I was saying is Fetterman. I think Tater's smart, sharper than Fetter is. That boy's sharp like a bag of hammers.
Excuse me.
Fester.
Huh?
Looks like Fester.
Yeah, you know, he looks like a cartoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Rabbits, don't even mention that. She's psycho. He, it, whatever.
Whatever.
Boy, that one news channel I've been watching, he puts out everything. Showed her in the dress with the
Ding dong.
I'm just like, whoa, this guy is really onto everything, and I can't remember what the news is called. Wait, I know where to find it. Share it.
Now it's running around talking about that. It's finally glad it could put braids in its hair because it didn't think that the world and the United States was ready to see a black person's hair.
I saw that. Ridiculous. Uh,
Chuck and Ed 2024. Buddy.
I'm not busy. I'll run. Sit in my wheelchair and roll around.
Yeah. I don't think Fetterman like potato. I don't think he gets.
And that's another one he came out with today. Pence comes crawling out of the woodwork to bash Trump.
Ain't gonna work with him, traitor.
The Next News Network. That's what it's called.
Bonnie and Ed sounds like Bone. Bone 2024.
Oh, God.
Bone 2024. Bone. That was hilarious.
Excuse me.
Yeah, when you watch Fetterman talk too, it's like I like mud pie.
Baby Ruth.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like off the Addams Family and Sloth had a baby.
Hey, you also look like the cartoon character that plays on Minions, the bad guy.
Yeah, that's when I got that picture of him standing next to him. He wearing the same kind of shirt that was hanging below his shorts.
God damn it, y'all made me forget the name of it.
Sloth like votes.
Roll.
There it is.
Me smart like Master Joe.
Ruth. Oh my
You have to come up to be potato and sweet potato.
Sweet potato. That was good, Chuck. Yep. I ain't laughed this good in a couple weeks.
Yeah, anything unconstitutional, they should have their ass locked up. If they're wanting to do it to the whole country, on that they get that many, however many citizens here that are actually citizens that are counted, that have IDs.
Yep.
Okay, 370 million counts of taking away people's unconstitutional or constitutional or unconstitutional rights.
So when they count that 330 million, is that adults or is that?
That's everybody, I think.
Well,
that's everybody.
They only say like 120 or 150 million people voted. So when they're coming up with all these other votes, dead folks,
illegal,
yeah, brick votes. That's why you see them going out with boxes full and taking pictures of each one of them. Somebody ought to run up and never mind.
I hate you too. I just want to say what I want to say. I hate this.
I'd help them learn how to eat through a straw if I ever caught them.
I know that's right. Did you hear about that place in Arizona, that company that printed them, supposedly was printing more and sending them back to them?
Yeah, you
Man,
couldn't read them. They're unlegible and smeared.
Yeah. That's crazy. My eyesight's good today. I ain't had my eyes clear like this in about a month now.
How many races are there on planet Earth? I thought there was only one, humans. The rest of it's pigments.
Yeah.
But you can't tell that to anybody that don't have at least 100 IQ. So that cuts out the majority of the world. So,
Well, Democrats, I don't know what they are, Chuck.
They're the ones pushing all that crap.
They're from another planet on I don't know where they're from, man. Hell, I guess.
the good thing about them is when they end up looking at their bank account that says zero, they find something to jump off of.
Or hang off of.
You ever notice that? You make a Democrat broke, they kill herself.
What's that tell you?
No, I still don't understand that. You be tied. I don't understand how he got it.
What are you talking about? Pennsylvania?
Yes, I guess. That's where Fetterman is.
Or a lot of other states probably too. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, Ed?
Really? I didn't hear that.
I didn't either, but I've sure been hearing that 3 letters a lot lately.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he was found that way because somebody did something to him. Keep from talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's that lady. Oh, goodness. Who was she? Well, she was with that stuntman that came out and blew a lid on Hollywood. And she was talking on there too. And I was like,
wow.
People are really getting brave. And, if just because you speak, then you're gone, it's going to become pretty obvious to a whole lot of people.
Hey, Bonnie, what Ed was talking about? He talking about that 19 or 20-some-year-old kid. Was he? He wasn't a CEO, was he?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm talking about that kid that, funded, threw all the money back here, funneled it back to the, I don't think it was that guy. I don't think it could have been. He was only a kid. I think he was like 23 or 25.
Wow. Well, First Kingdom, good to see you. Yeah. I've seen too many videos and pictures this time. There's no way they can. And I showed y'all that video of that guy in Arizona last night. Man, he was mad. and he said what he wanted to say.
Did I miss? I guess I missed that. I thought I
And
watched it last night.
he didn't he didn't cuss, he didn't say anything bad. He just spilled out the truth like it was and kept getting louder and louder, and his face kept getting redder and redder like his hair.
People just tired of it.
Huh?
People are just tired of it. All this crap.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he's not dead. Okay.
Yeah.
They do that a lot to people. Say they're dead and they're not. Yet. Yet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Another song by request.
What you got?
It's good.
Nice and white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I written, never meaning to send. Beauty I'd always miss with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore. 'Cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Gazing at people, some hand in hand. Just what I'm going through, they can't understand. Some try to tell me thoughts they cannot defend. Just what you want to be, you'll be in the end. And I love you. Yes, I love you. Nice and white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I written, never
What do you mean
meaning
good night?
to send. Beauty I've always missed with these eyes before. just what the truth is. I can't say anymore, 'cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. Yes, I love you.
Oh, First Kingdom, that sounds like an amazing time you had. That's great. Yes, they were a classic back then. They still are a classic. What happened to David?
He left. Scared him with white
Well,
Satan.
do what?
Scared him off with white Satan.
Satin.
What it
I
said.
saw
I'm making fun of somebody else that acted that way and spelled it wrong.
I was gonna say I saw that. Oh well.
Kind of weird how so many fell to the wayside and all this weird stuff going on.
Oh no.
On them damn taco trucks.
Huh?
50% of the story.
Yeah, we thought there was a carnival in Longview yesterday when we were going over. Biggie like no, because I noticed what it was. There's a big circle of taco trucks or something over there. And
Holy moly.
I was like, hell yeah.
No.
Hi, Vicky.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, Ed.
I think they've already investigated Hunter Biden all they can possibly do it. So they're just putting on a show. I look for this to be wrapped up by January because they don't need to investigate nothing. They've had that laptop for over 2 years now, 3 years, hasn't it? Maybe longer than that.
They've known what's on it.
They've already ran down all the leads. This is real quick.
Yeah, but now hopefully if they do it, which I don't have much faith in any of it, but if they got people in there that should be able to perform now, and if our system with this little Viagra shot don't get it up now, then they might as well just go lay down somewhere and take it in the back.
If they don't do something this time, we're going to have to do it ourselves. It's simple as that. They're all hiding underground. They're not even in D.C.
Yeah.
They're hiding underneath these military bases. I can't take on a military base.
Hell, they're hiding around their houses watching their spouses get hammered.
Literally.
When they say he got hammered, they mean under his diaper or upside the head.
They're saying they made up that story to explain why there's so many police at their house. Some are saying she got arrested.
Yeah, I've seen some of it. Looks to me awful convincing, like she had her hands cuffed.
She looked like she had her hands behind her back to me too.
Then they had to help her in the car, which I think to make it more convincing, I like to see them wring her forehead off that roof of that car.
And they only do that because you cannot use your hands to help you get in.
Nothing says I love you like a good smooth butt check.
Everything is just looking out like crazy. The hammer thing, that's all coming out.
When I see an India tattoo on a bunch of them's forehead.
Somebody did a meme today, and they wrote down all the things that Biden has done, and in one of them it says "shit pants on stage." They put that in there.
What are y'all proving by standing up?
That's awesome, all First Kingdom.
Because
Ed just shows his head, but he said he had to put on pants.
They want you to show off your Levi thongs.
I was laying down. I was about ready to fall asleep, and I kept hearing my name. I was like, what the hell? I got up.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got up and came. We haven't seen you in a long time, Ed.
Yeah. It's cold here.
It's cold here, too. It's cold everywhere.
I think you're colder, because they're holding that. They're doing it on purpose. They are going to freeze you guys out.
Yes,
there's been a lot of that talking about, and then talking about that butthole that was telling everybody, run over here. The building genie goes over there, and downtown before all that, trying to stir all that shit up, that informant. The old man got him to rip the gate down, and
I've seen all that. It's
I'm saying there's a lot of them talking about it now, and then it all went away, and now it's coming back again. I want to see proof it happened.
But
I want to hear a little.
But you notice they're still not bringing up the 4 deaths.
Which deaths? The guy that died a few days later of natural causes, or the girl that pretended to get shot inside?
The guy would have been the 5th, but the 4 that really did. I know 1 for positive, and then I've seen 2 on the steps that were smothered to death.
I think the only thing that died that day is our freedom. What was left of it.
Well, the one on the lawn, he had a heart attack when a flash grenade went off beside him.
If we take the Senate, which I think is going to happen, because these people are jumping ship, because everybody's demanding a recount.
Yeah, especially when you close stuff.
So,
I said earlier, Ed, how we can get rid of a bunch of them. Okay, you're under investigation. We're seizing all your money. They'll start jumping out of windows.
Send them to a taco truck.
Yeah.
Most of them won't even make it to court. They'll already be dead.
That or they're going to try to talk to get their ass out of it, and they'll get HRC'd.
They ought to come up with a politician retirement pill.
Yeah, they don't get shit.
Or murdered that day. Yeah.
They have them. They bring it over by the backpack fulls from across the border. They make them eat all that.
I finally turned this thing off. It don't work anymore. So, hey, Let me give you my new number. How do? Oh, you got to do that. I haven't been on here so long. How do you do that?
Hit private.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Did you take your SIM card out of it?
No, it wasn't working anyway.
Just because it don't work to dial out, don't mean that they ain't got a way to connect it. But I'd pull it out.
It can't. Well, here.
What's her name? Trudy? Is it Trudy? The dog?
I got just a house phone now. That's all I did. The hell with that cell phone.
It's digital.
My radio in my truck doesn't work now. I gotta listen to regular radio. And
One good thing that'll do with tobacco and a dog, it'll worm it. If it's got any worms, it won't have it after eating that.
give the dog some ivermectin. Be all right.
Yeah.
My daughter got a hold of cigarette butts in an ashtray once and was eating them, and she didn't get sick. She was fine. And she was little. Taught me to put the ashtrays up. Except she could climb. She could climb on top of the refrigerator. There was no hiding anything from that child. Huh.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's messed up.
The Shih Tzu. Oh.
Rabbit, just think of Cheech and Chong and Labrador. You can get your cigar back.
Goodness, Selper's Kingdom. Yeah, I think they're doing some heat detecting stuff. If they see a house with 20 people in it, they may mark it. There's that SpongeBob.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my Scooby Doo.
So what have you been up to besides getting rid of phones? You need to go to a garage sale and find you an old-timey push button or a dial-up phone, because those digitals are the same thing. I'm telling you.
I don't know what happened to that Scooby Rabbit. I think my grandson run off with it.
Yeah, I'm eating all of them black garlics. It's the whole can. That's all that's left.
Is that the same can from months ago?
I gotta buy some more of these. Yeah, pretty good.
Where'd you find them? Walmart or?
Rabbit bought them. I don't know where he got them from.
I think I had seen where you could order them on Amazon. The first time Ed showed them, he showed the can. And seems like we looked it up.
I ate the whole bag of taffy already. I already ordered another one.
But if you get one of those old phones, if your electricity goes off, your phone will still work.
Well, this one, it's got a battery.
I know, but it's not going to work. Trust me.
These are a pain in the ass to store a number in them now.
Yeah.
I had to learn. I still don't know how to use it yet. It's been that long since I've fooled with one of these.
See, there it is.
I thought about getting a rotary phone, but I need to have caller ID. And I right away put, see it works.
I can't imagine who that would be.
Is that you?
Is that you?
All right, I'm hanging up now.
It's probably Chuck. He was muted.
Would I do that?
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
You were muted. So that was you calling. So that's your, see, there should be a button on here where I can say, okay, that's Chuck, and just hit a button save. But it's not like that. It probably is. I got the directions right here. I just ain't got around to reading. They're in every kind of language. All different languages, you know. You gotta find the English.
The 10-foot sheet.
Real tiny writing. This time up, maybe later.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me or not, Ed. I said Dave ain't here.
Oh. Well, I got pants on now.
The cat's blocking the heat. What's wrong with you? Okay, all the animals are acting psycho tonight.
My cat used to do that. You know, he'd lay on the one right in the kitchen. I had to move him. Like, you're blocking the heat, damn it. It's getting cold in here.
Yeah, they don't lay on the vents. This is a dog. I don't have cats. Don't do cats.
Yeah, Navy, the damn cats are heat thieves. They'll lay in a window if the sun's out, if you got a heater around or a vent around. That's why you see a lot of people with TVs. The cat will be laying on top of TV stealing heat.
I don't have any frost on the top of the race car trailer tonight. So.
Offers Kingdom, I haven't seen any of those, and that's what I heard they are.
Ed's wearing a kilt and he's got his bagpipes sitting on a chair behind him. He walks in the neighborhood with an AR over one shoulder and his bagpipes and the other playing the bagpipes at midnight. That'd really have your neighbors freaked out, wouldn't it? He's like, well, I can't play a bagpipe. That's even worse. Sounds like somebody walking down the road squeezing a cat.
Winky boat. Huh?
Why the hell they're fucking freaking out about snow in New York?
Yeah, Vicky said they're freaking out about snow in New York. It's like, it happens every year. What's next? They
Making
found
a big deal out of fucking them getting a lot of snow.
we found sand in Arizona.
You have every day for 1,000 years to get ready for this shit. You ain't ready for it. You ain't up for the job. Dumbasses. It's global warming.
Oh, and that just blows me away. The last, who checks that? The scientist, whoever it is that checks the temperature of the Earth, they said it had actually cooled down a couple of degrees. There is no. And now they want to block out the sun. Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about that, and then they're talking about all this mirror fiber granules stuff falling that's going to affect people's breathing.
That's already happened.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people sick with respiratory problems.
Yeah, there's wax in the skies. I don't know what they're putting in it now, but they're definitely trying to make everybody sick, whatever it is, because they've lost.
Yeah.
So they got to flip the game board over now.
They keep jacking around with all this different stuff. They can't hide underground if they start causing weird earthquakes and shit. All these earthquakes start hitting everywhere inland. Let me tell you, if it'll bust up granite, it'll bust up their little hidey holes. I don't care how good they are.
I hope they don't pull the tsunami card.
I hope they do. It'll flush them down like a turds they are.
That ocean water is going to come right up from that direction.
No, keep
I got to get on the other side of Columbia to get away from it. And that's if I can.
City's going dry.
What was it they said, Ed? If it's a 80-foot high wave, it'll come in and land like 500 feet or some shit. Or not
If it's
500 feet.
75 feet, I already looked at the map. I got to be on the other side of Columbia to get away from it. My house will be underwater.
Yeah, I messed up. 75 feet will come in 50 miles is what I meant to say. Might even be more than that, huh?
But the CIA might take out the bridge up the road, so I can't get across the bridge. I'll have to head way up north and then go left, head inland.
Or a good friend of yours could just send in a chopper, hint, hint.
Or get you a couple aluminum boats, Ed, and make you a submarine.
There you go. Hey, those empty water jugs float if you tie them all together.
Well, I used to keep the truck backed up to the trailer, hooked up to it with the trailer loaded. So that when I got the notification, I'm going right out this window and I'm jumping down. I got what, three?
My luck after I did that, I'd be like, oh shit, I forgot my damn keys.
But that would suck.
Get you a second set and have them sitting in the gutter outside the window or something.
I'm debating down and taking out all the money out of the bank and just leaving enough in there to pay the house payment. So,
Yes. Well, I was going to say that's what I do, but the only money that goes in the bank is for bills, and it's gone. Flex State works on everything.
I want.
I've got a gajillion of those empty gallon jugs now. One of my friends, she went crazy because way back I asked for the gallon jugs to do the thing that Chuck was doing, but I can't get the big Potter thing, so it didn't matter. And then all of a sudden now I got all these gallon jugs.
You can do it with 1 or 5 gallon bucket too. You put one in it on its side and poke your PVC into it, and then pour your dirt over it and just water that one jug. Make sure you put holes in the bottom of the jug where it'll hold water and pull in and out, and then put you up, drill you 2 or 3 holes in the bottom of the 5 gallon bucket about 3 inches up.
Okay.
Chuck, where did you get those carbon filters from?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, the ones I built that water thing?
Yeah.
Off of Amazon.
Amazon, okay.
Let me see. I'll put the link to it here in private if anybody else wants it.
They got the ceramics too.
and then 2 food grade buckets.
Yep.
Yep.
Home Depot or Lowe's sells those. Don't they? You still got to wash them out.
Yeah, you can get them. I ordered them offline, but I can only get them in 3s. And glad I did because I drilled a hole wrong in one of them. So.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
For the spigot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that I would be worried about.
You can't wash out a plaster bucket and do it.
No.
You probably could. It'd probably be cleaner than anything else, but.
That looks like a good idea. I saw some guy making one too, just like what you made. I've seen it before. I couldn't find his video to find out where he got them filters from.
Yeah.
This filter comes with it's the 2 filters, plus it's got 2 filters for fluoride in case you got it in your fit water. And if you don't, you can always put them up. Maybe you'll run into it and need it. I didn't put the fluoride filters on.
Well, doesn't the carbon take out the fluoride? Doesn't carbon take out the fluoride? It takes everything out, doesn't it?
Yeah, except fluoride, it don't take all of it out, but those others will. And they screw on. You can screw them on from the bottom and where it drops into the other bucket.
That's a good idea. Restaurants, any of those things that get the food grade buckets, they'll sell them cheap.
Yeah, check around there. You got any sub places? They might give them to you. I wanted to get the buckets that screw on, but then I was like, I don't need it screw on because all I want them to do is sit on top of each other. So.
Oh, guess I need to do that tomorrow. I will do that tomorrow. I've been trying to call my mom all day and talk to everybody, all the family. It's been a crazy day. But yes, I want to see your beautiful dog because I've seen a picture of your dog and it is beautiful. One of them, maybe 2. I don't know.
Did you see that link I dropped in there? You want me to drop all the links for all the stuff?
No, that's all right. I got it.
The faucet, I bought a regular metal faucet, but they had one that I seen after I ordered it. Has a sight glass. It's about 8 inches above it, and it shows you how much water's in your jug. But all I do is lift it up and look. So.
Yeah.
You okay? You okay? What are you talking for? Good. Mama's call.
Yeah, the 2-pack was $33. Yeah, that's what that guy was saying too.
Yeah, sweetie.
Where are they made though?
I think they're made here somewhere. So I looked them up and when I ordered them, they said they were made here. It might say on the.
So sweet. I'm gonna let her out real quick. That's what you want, isn't it?
Well, it says they're fluoride filters. So
Yeah, they come with it. Look in the pack set. The first little picture, it shows the black one and the white one next to it's fluoride, and that screws on to the bottom end of it. So basically, the way I got them ran. Are you looking at the pictures on the website?
Yeah.
See, the first picture shows the 2 black, then the 2 white, then a little brown looking grommet.
Oh, okay, the white one. I didn't see those.
the 4-piece set's what I got, and I paid 53 something.
59. No, it's 59 now, I guess.
But that grommet, they send you 2 of them, and I put that in between the buckets because it's a thick ass rubber grommet. And then I screwed the wing nut on from the bottom, the lid attached to the bottom of the bucket. That way it won't leak, won't take a chance of it leaking. If I wanted to put the fluoride filters, all I got to do is pick the top bucket up and screw them on where they're sticking through the lid to the bottom.
Do you still boil it?
I haven't been. I do sometimes. My tea, which majority of drinking out of that comes with tea. But
Okay, y'all got the water covered. Now what about air? This is a test.
Hard to decide what to do because you never know if you're going to have to bug out. And you got to leave a lot of stuff behind. You can only take what you can carry with you.
Right.
And I figured a bucket for water is important over a lot of other things.
Well, that would be like carrying around 10 gallons of water.
Really, you can feel it. You take the bucket and separate them. One of them you could put whatever you wanted to put in it. And the other one, you don't have to carry the water with you. If you pour you a gallon or 2 out, or everybody get them a gallon out of it.
Damn, cat, you piss on me.
The other one, you don't have to carry the water.
Whoops.
Well,
Me, myself, and I. Garrett.
Hell, if you wanted to, you could take one of them filters, put it in some kind of smaller bucket with a lid, and do it the same way in a gallon or 2 buckets.
I've got one of them Brita ones, but they want $15 for the filters for that. And they're little tiny filters.
And these here are good for 6,000 gallons. So
Yeah, that's. I forget what the Brita filters are good for. It's just a couple pictures and then you got to throw them out.
yeah, Mom had one of them Brita that screwed onto the sink. And I'd make about 15 things of tea, and next thing you know, it wouldn't even water wouldn't go through it. And I was like, yeah, they got hard water here. That was in Shreveport, though. Mom, the only time she turned it on was to fill her ice water up. So she either put it in jugs but I was like a gallon of tea a day between everybody, and it kind of went through them filters quick. Bad thing, Bonnie, about them ceramic filters, I did some reading. Them things, they're only good for like 600 gallons.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't last as long. Maybe as a backup if you run out.
You could wash them, but I don't know if you can or if it stains them and it closes them.
I would say get as many as you can now because I think it's going to get to where you can't get them.
I got the ones in there, and then I got another box of them sitting down here. I don't have a bunch of them, but I figured the ability to filter 12,000 gallons of water will last a little while.
Yeah. So no idea for air.
Air, what? For breathing?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the other 3. Oh, yes, I can. Food. We got food covered, sort of. Air, water, food.
I can't remember what one guy was doing. He was taking an exhaust fan. He was making a 12-volt exhaust fan small battery, and he was attaching one end. It was like a big computer fan, and he put screen over one end, and then put a piece of denim, and over the other end he put a piece of screen with something to hold it where it would get into the fan. I can't remember what he put in there, but then he put cotton all in the middle of that piece of PVC, but he didn't pack it hard, so it was pulling it through the material and that, so it cut down on any kind of dust. And he said when you wanted to clean it, just turn it upside down and pour water through it, back flush it basically, and let it dry. Which I don't know how well that worked. Got to do something better than nothing, I guess.
Was he using charcoal?
I think so.
Charcoal seems to be the key to everything.
He used cotton, though. He had a bunch of bags of cotton he put in. He didn't pack it tight. He said, "If you pack it tight, it won't. It's like sealing it."
Right.
Yeah, David, don't worry. Watch them life straws. I did some looking. They're saying them aren't really worth a flip.
I have Life Straws and Sawyer Minis.
It's past my bedtime, guys.
Oh.
I got. I was already laying down before, so.
Understand, Garrett. And I looked down at chat right when I said that. Sorry about that. I'm glad you came up, though. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me
See
up.
you later, bud.
All right. I'll
Take
see
care,
y'all
Ed.
later.
Love ya.
I don't know about chat, but I'm gonna still listen to you. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna probably lay back down. I'll see you later.
Take care. And Garrett, if you go, what difference does it make if you shower or not? Goodness gracious. I used to do that. They are absolutely beautiful. Kiss off. When the summers get so hot here, 3 showers a day at least. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're regular, but air, water, food. There was 2 more things, 5 things for survival. It must have been like shelter and maybe it was meds. First aid kit.
The glass board is actually reflecting the 2 pillars behind him. And moments before he opens his door, we can supposedly see a person hiding behind one of these pillars. Now, Andrew, from what he wrote, is pretty sure he found some good evidence. And he says that you can see the person hiding behind one of the pillars not once, but twice. If you pay attention right now,
And no kids off. And that's hard.
behind one of the pillars reflecting the door's mirror. Now, I'm not too sure if Andrew is correct, if this is indeed a person, or if it's something else. It's very difficult to say by analyzing just one video and one look at the reflection. However, if this is indeed a person, this is a good find.
Checker, y'all watching a movie?
Vicky's watching something on her phone.
Oh.
Funny how it hardly picks me up, but it'll pick that up.
Company. Well, I don't have company, so it's got to be first aid. scared. I thought you were married. Most positive. That's all you can do, kiss off. Love her to pieces. She looks happy. Oh, goodness, Garrett. I'm sorry to hear that. Um,
What are you doing, boy?
A world-class buying and service experience.
right.
Yeah, service experience.
Don't worry, Victor. I already got that. Some shit. There's some sitting on my shelf. Did you hear that? I did not say that. A mirror can be used as a signaling device, but it can also be assumed as another kind of device. I wouldn't signal unless I knew what I was signaling, for sure. I almost said shitting on myself. Sitting on my shelf. Tongue tied.
Survival kit,
Need more
weed beer.
water. Don't forget the depends.
Yeah, T-girls, basically when you want a survival kit, you kind of make a murder kit, but just add food with it, water. You want tape and rope and
Yeah, I don't have any rope. Oh, tons of tape. What kind of tape you can think of. I had a rug in my living room
yeah,
on
don't
the carpet, and it kept scrunching.
yeah, the canned corn, you got to make sure you got the grapes too, so you can count, Rabbit.
Knife and whiskey. Whiskey, that's another thing I need to get. Getting that. I could have got that today while I was out there freezing to death. Darn it. Warm hat.
Yeah, and the rabbits could be though too. If it's you and two other guys, then yeah, that's kind of gay. That's what I always used to tell them when they'd say that. I'm like, yeah.
Alcohol peroxide.
Yeah, make sure your alcohol granny proof, grain alcohol. That way you get multi-use out of it.
Yep. 90.
It's an antiseptic. It's a painkiller. It's a fuel.
I was going to get the Everclear. Because I think that's cheap, isn't it? Cheap that's high in octane. Metal bird cage with a fake bird. I've actually got one hanging in my tree. Don't know what good that does. Hey, Brandon. Thank you. Amen. Okay. Rabbits is forgetting how to spell. What's a hotters? One. Hotter. Oh. Donkeys. No. Chet, do y'all can meat?
No, I need to. I never did get any jars. The guy never got a hold of me, so a lot of stuff just got put on whatever.
Dang it.
So I say a lot of stuff needs to be done. It ain't. I know what I need to do, but what you need and what you can do is two different things.
I understand. I have the jars in the canner now, not the meat.
I'm fine looking
The
for that
girls were
chicken,
talking about going hunting.
hunting and chicken and fish, or you could buy them lamb leg quarters. You find them on sale. You get them still find them $5-6 for a 10 pound.
Did you see that river of fish? Did I say
Oh,
that
a bunch of dead
in the,
fish.
in the desert? No, they were live. It was, let me see if I saved it in my, if I emailed it to myself. Yes.
Yeah, that mustard's good even for stomach cramps, intestinal cramps, and all that. Mustard will help all them different ones. It's good for hot dogs with sauerkraut too. Yeah, if you're having a lot of cramps, any of it, make you a couple hot dogs with sauerkraut and mustard on them. That'll fix it right up.
Yes, it's like syndrome.
Could have been an underground river or some underground water source pushing up through the top and did it maybe. Who knows? They've saying a lot of these rivers and lakes
But
dried
where
up. Who knows what they've broken open and connected to whatever.
that's got it. Navy vet was probably the one that posted it. I think that's what I saw. I mean, it was just like in the middle of the desert, no water source, no fish, and all of a sudden this water comes running and these people are hollering and they're thank you, Navy vet. It's in the links in the chat. Is prison. They were like going crazy, and I was thinking, whoa, okay, that's kind of telling. Wake us up.
Ugh.
Getting sleepy. All right, one more song. You're like, not again. Yes, again.
Say sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. But right now I'm losing bad. I stood on this stage night after night, reminding the broken it'll be alright. But right now, oh right now I just can't. It's easy to sing when there's nothing to bring me down. What will I say when I'm held to the flame like I am right now? I know you're able and I know you can. Take me through the fire with your mighty hand. Even if you don't, my hope is you alone. Oh, mountain, your thing. A little faith is all I have right now. God, when you choose to leave mountains unmovable, strength to be able to say, it is well with my soul. I know you're able and I know you can. See through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. I know the sorrow and I know the hurt. You just say the word. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. You've been faithful. You've been good all of my days. Jesus, I will cling to you. Come what may, and I know you can. I know you're able, and I know you can. Save through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. And I know the sorrow, and I know the way you just say the word. But even if you alone. With my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Where are you buffering? Maybe I didn't give it enough time.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by, oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as me. And darling, darling, stand by me, whoa, stand by me, whoa, stand now, stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Whoa, stand by me. Whoa, stand now. Stand by me. Ooh, just as long as you stand by me.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. You can listen to that song on our acoustic covers playlist on Spotify and Apple Music. Just use the link in the description or click one of the on-screen cards. Thanks again.
Stop. Because there have to be so many of them. Have you noticed that?
So many what?
The acts and the trusts and the and the not the trust, but operations and the It's like, could they make up any more?
I just tell you, they always been up to some shit.
Yeah. Not nuking anybody. Play music on. Better be a happy one. Green carnation. Let's see how you do.
If I could save time in a bottle, first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you wanna do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you wanna do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
True, Ed. Who is on piano besides Chuck? Me?
What is it?
Black Watch said, who's on piano besides Chuck? And I said, me?
The DJ.
You want to see a baby me or a mad me? Wait, no. Not a me.
Hey, Bonnie, I guess I'm going to drop off too. Vicky just got up. I'm going to hang out with her a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting close up pretty soon.
Yeah, you've been 3.5, huh?
Been a little bit.
Good night, everybody. Much love.
Take care, Chuck. Love y'all.
Bye.
Y'all hang in there. We'll keep praying. T-Dog just surprises. Like watch I can't talk all night tonight. Y'all have a good night. See my icon? See the kids? I'll do what I have to protect the kids. They are the most important. Love y'all. God bless you. Stay safe. Good night.